Morgan from Teachable, and today we're going to be talking about getting your first sale. When you're starting your online course business, selling can be a little bit intimidating, a little bit tricky, but luckily I've always found that that first sale is the trickiest. Once you get past that hurdle, you get into the groove and you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work for your online business. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 different ways you can go about getting your first sale, and I've got them ranked to my most preferred to kind of the less conventional. But depending on you and your business needs, different ones are going to work better for different people. The first, and probably the one you all expected me to say, is you should be promoting your online course to your email list. A few videos back I talked all about growing your email list and why you should, so definitely check out that video if you haven't. But your email list converts higher than any other promotional method on average, and these are the people who have opted in to hear from you. They know who you are, you've warmed them up, so they're going to be a lot more excited about your online course than maybe your Instagram followers will be. Before you start selling to your list, you want to make sure that they're still warm. And what that means is they simply have seen you in their inbox over the past few weeks or months. It's easy to grow an email list and just kind of forget about it and stop emailing them, and if that's what you've done, your list is probably cold, so it's time to warm them back up. And to do that, you just simply need to start emailing them again and providing high value pieces, whether it's all within your email or you're linking them to your other content. You just want to be able to prove to your list that, hey, I'm still here and I can still provide valuable information for you. And once your list is warm, or if it never went cold in the first place, you can start selling your online course right now. And to do that, we recommend following our Crazy 8 launch strategy, and I'm going to have that blog post linked down below, but I'll give you a quick little rundown of what it is. First is going to be the course teaser. This is where you get to say like, hey, I'm working on something excited, I can't wait to share it with you guys, and just kind of like leave it at that, get people a little bit like interested. On day 2, now you get to say exactly what you're working on and what they can expect. Be like, okay, so I've created this online course, this is what it's going to cover, and this is who it's for. And on day 3, you get to open the doors. You get to say, hey, my course is open, you can buy it right now, and give them a little bit more information in that email. Day 4 is going to be the FAQ. Here's where you're going to answer any common questions you've already gotten or questions you anticipate getting. Be thorough here, because every question you don't answer, you're probably going to get emailed to you a dozen times. Day 5, you have the surprise bonus email. This one's really fun because you're like, hey, you purchased my online course, you're also going to get this free awesome thing. And that could be like an ebook or templates or a mini course or a different course that you've created. It can be really anything you want, but it's just an extra incentive to get people to buy. On day 6, you want to say thank you to everyone who's been along with you on your launch, and give testimonials from people who have bought your online course if you have any. Day 7, here's where you kind of have to make that logical appeal, like, hey guys, my course doors are closing, this is going to be the last opportunity to buy for an entire year, it's now or never. You're just kind of making them, like, encouraging them to take the leap and actually purchase. And then on day 8, we're going to send a few emails. The first one goes out in the morning and you're like, guys, I'm not playing around, course doors are closing and who knows when they're going to open again, like, if you want to buy, you better buy now. And then in the afternoon, you send an email that's like, okay, well, they're closing, so now or never, thank you guys, goodbye. It probably feels like that's way too many emails, and that's just going to be because it's more than you're used to sending. As long as you're doing these launch periods only like once or twice a year, 99% of your audience will be very forgiving about the increase in emails, and we've also found that people actually kind of appreciate that, because personally, I'm guilty of just kind of glossing over emails from my favorite marketers. I'll say, okay, I'm going to open that on the weekend. I don't want to get sucked into a rabbit hole. But if I'm getting emails from them every single day, that kind of clues me into something like big is happening and I should check it out now. The second way you can start making sales on your online course is through your YouTube channel. And of course, this is only applicable if you already have a YouTube channel. I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting from scratch and building a YouTube channel to make your first sale, just because it's inefficient. But we find a lot of course creators started off as successful YouTubers, and we've also found that a shocking amount of them don't necessarily use their YouTube platform to sell their online courses. If you have an audience, you definitely want to use it and you definitely want to promote to them. So you don't have to make an entire video acting as a commercial saying, hey guys, I made an online course, buy it. Instead, you can make a video where you just kind of like mention your online course throughout it. For example, if your online course is like how to make 8 different types of salsa and you're a food YouTuber, you've got like a cooking channel, you can make a video, maybe you make enchiladas and you're like, and I'm using like this awesome salsa recipe that I featured in my online course. If you want to get this recipe, you can click down below and purchase my online course. Again, YouTube isn't going to be for everyone when it comes to promoting your online course, and even if you have a channel, it might not be for you. Personally, I have a channel outside of Teachable where I upload very, very sporadically, and because of that, it would not be a good marketing tool for me, because when you're only uploading, every other month, people aren't going to be consistent in clicking on your videos. They might get a little annoyed that you're selling to them. They haven't quite become endeared to who you are yet. So if you want to use YouTube as a marketing tool, definitely start building your channel back up before just jumping into promotion. The third strategy is in-person marketing, and this one, personally, I find the most intimidating, but it's also very effective. This means hosting workshops or going to conferences or speaking at events and promoting your online course there. Speaking definitely isn't everyone's forte, and if it's not yours, again, different methods are going to work better for different people. But this is a really good opportunity to really connect with your audience and get them excited about who you are and what you have to offer. It's just a lot easier to kind of portray yourself in person than it is, through a computer screen. You have a few options here. You can host your own event if there's a demand for what you have to offer in your community. Otherwise, you can seek out conferences relevant to your niche and just email around until you get somebody who says yes and invites you to speak. And the real key here to be successful is you have to provide a ton of value and prove that you know what you're talking about, and then let people know that you've got an online course. So that means blowing them away with your presentation and your knowledge, and really just establish yourself as somebody who knows what they're talking about and has a lot to offer. And then maybe the last 2 minutes of your presentation, say, hey guys, time is wrapping up, but if you wanted to learn more about this, I actually have this extensive online course walking you from beginning to end. Everything I know about this subject is in this online course. And then you can make like a bit.ly link so it's easy to remember. So you don't have to say go to like www.teachable.com/online course. Instead, you can say it's at bit.ly.com/teachable course, and you put your own business instead of Teachable. The fourth strategy I have is selling on Twitter, which for a long time I thought Twitter was on the outs until all of my younger cousins and people just younger and hipper than me started talking about their Twitter followers and funny tweets they saw and showing me funny GIFs on Twitter. And I realized Twitter is having its moment again, and Twitter is a great way to build an audience that's willing to buy. Twitter is really interesting because it's a platform where people are just itching to engage. Personally, it's my most engaged platform. It's where I engage with people the most, just because it's so fast-paced and there are so many people saying so many different things, which kind of works for and against you. It works for you because you can promote your online course and it doesn't seem spammy because you're interjecting that in between, genuine and relatable tweets. But the bad thing is it does move so quickly that people can easily miss your tweets. So I've got kind of a strategy for you. First, you need to have a Twitter account that's active in your niche. I oftentimes see people trying to sell on their personal accounts and they've never even tweeted about what they're trying to sell before. This is the account that their high school friends follow them on and their family members and their coworkers, but it's not necessarily anything related to their business. So if you do have a Twitter account already, make sure you're tweeting things that people in your niche and your target audience are going to be interested in and want to engage with. Twitter definitely champions authenticity, so you want to make sure the majority of your content is just there to provide value or interest or make people smile or just be something people can relate to. Then the other 20% can be a little more strategic and a little more salesy. The key here is when you're promoting your online course, don't just say, hey guys, I made an online course. Instead, be like, I struggled with this for 18 months, I finally figured it out, and now I'm teaching you guys how to do it too. And then on that tweet, attach a fun GIF or an image or something that's very eye-catching because, like I said, Twitter moves really quick and it's easy for people to miss your tweets. Another tip is to choose your most enticing tweet and then pin it to the top of your profile, because that's going to be the first thing people see and it's going to be the one people are most likely to click. And our fifth strategy is selling using Instagram. Instagram is my favorite social media platform, but it is one of the trickier ones to sell on if you don't already have an audience. Instagram is a very visual platform. It's one where people want to see beautiful things. They don't necessarily care as much about the captions. They're not going to read them unless the picture catches their eye. So with that said, Instagram is really great for people who are teaching things like maybe crafting, and you get to like show off your beautiful like woven rugs or your paintings, or maybe you're teaching fashion or interior design. It's harder to create a beautiful Instagram profile around something like coding or web design, because that's not necessarily what most people go on Instagram to see. There definitely are exceptions, and if you've built up a great Instagram following around one of those niches, that is definitely awesome. But if you haven't, I would probably recommend focusing your energy on a different platform like Twitter or Facebook. But if you have a really engaged following on Instagram, you are in luck because it is a great platform to sell on. A lot of people scroll through Instagram looking for things to buy, whether it's like fashion or interior design pieces. So people already kind of have that purchase mindset. To get your first sale on Instagram, post a lot about what you've been working on, share behind the scenes, let people into the secret that you're creating an online course. You can even take our Crazy 8 launch strategy via email and try to kind of convert that into an 8-day Instagram posting series, where the first day you're posting a little behind the scenes. It's a picture of you at your laptop saying, hey guys, I've got something exciting in the works. I'm gonna let you know more tomorrow. The next day, it could be you looking real excited saying, hey, I created an online course. And just kind of go through there, just tweaking the Crazy 8 emails to work as Instagram captions. The important thing to remember though is you can't add hyperlinks into your Instagram captions, so at the end of them you're gonna have to say, click the link in my bio, and change your bio link to your course landing page. Other than that, you're good to go selling on Instagram. Those are my 5 most recommended ways to make your first sale online. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. I love to hear people's success stories. Let me know what's worked for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below as well. Otherwise, until next time, feel free to check the links in our bio. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more from us, and I'll see you next week. Bye.